Sprawled across the desolate plains of southern Peru, etched into the very earth, lies one of humanity's greatest enigmas, the Nazca Lines. For nearly a century, these colossal geoglyphs have captivated and confounded everyone who lays eyes on them. We're talking about hundreds of figures, some stretching over 1,000 feet, depicting everything from simple geometric shapes to intricate animals like hummingbirds, spiders, and monkeys. But here's the kicker. They're so massive, you can only truly appreciate them from high up in the sky. So, how did an ancient civilization, without the aid of modern flight, create such precise and enormous artwork? And more importantly, why? Who were these designs for? This question has sparked a debate that rages to this day, pitting scientific explanations against some truly out-of-this-world theories. Today, we're diving deep into the mystery. Are the Nazca Lines a sophisticated astronomical calendar, a plea to the gods for water, or, as some famously suggest, a giant welcome mat for extraterrestrial visitors? Let's peel back the layers of sand and time to explore the secrets of the Nazca. First, let's meet the artists. The Nazca culture flourished in this arid region from around 100 BCE to 800 CE. They were a sophisticated society, known for their elaborate textiles and complex ceramics. But it's their lines that have secured their place in history. Creating them was a surprisingly simple, yet monumental, task. The Nazca people removed the reddish-brown, iron oxide-coated pebbles that cover the desert floor, exposing the lighter-colored earth beneath. It's like drawing on a massive, dusty canvas. The dry, windless climate of the Nazca Desert has preserved these lines almost perfectly for nearly 2 millennia. The sheer variety is staggering. There are over 800 straight lines, some running for miles with incredible precision. Then you have over 300 geometric figures, like trapezoids, spirals, and triangles. And of course, the most famous are the 70 or so biomorphs, the animal and plant figures. We see a spider, a monkey with a curling tail, a condor with a 440-foot wingspan, and a figure that many have nicknamed the astronaut, a humanoid shape with large, round eyes that seems to be waving from a hillside. It's this figure, in particular, that has fueled the wildest speculation. This brings us to the big, flashy theory: aliens. Popularized in the late 1960s by author Erich von Däniken in his book Chariots of the Gods, the idea is simple and seductive. He proposed that the long, straight lines were ancient runways for alien spacecraft. The giant figures? They were either signals to these celestial visitors or depictions of them. Proponents of this theory ask, why create art that can only be seen from the sky if you don't have a way to get up there? Could the astronaut be a literal depiction of a visitor from another world? It's an exciting thought, isn't it? The idea that we were visited long ago, and the Nazca Lines are the surviving proof. It taps into our fascination with the unknown and the possibility that we are not alone in the universe. This theory captured the public's imagination and turned the Nazca Lines from an archaeological curiosity into a global phenomenon. But while it's great for sci-fi movies, what does the actual evidence say? Most archaeologists and historians, well, they're not buying it. For starters, the ground is simply too soft to support the landing of any kind of spacecraft we can imagine. The lines are only about 4 to 6 inches deep. A landing vehicle would have obliterated them. Furthermore, many of the lines, especially the trapezoids, often end at hills or ravines, which would make for a pretty terrible runway. And as for the figures being signals for sky gods, archaeologists have a more grounded explanation. The prevailing scientific theory connects the lines to something far more vital to the Nazca people than alien visitors: water. Remember, this is one of the driest places on Earth. Survival depended entirely on finding and managing water sources. Many researchers, like Johann Reinhard, have presented compelling evidence that the lines were part of ritualistic or ceremonial practices related to the worship of deities associated with water and fertility. The animal figures, for instance, were likely symbols of these powerful forces. Spiders are often associated with rain in ancient cultures, and birds like hummingbirds and condors were seen as messengers to the mountain gods, the source of all water. So, the lines weren't necessarily meant to be seen from a high altitude by an external observer. Instead, they were likely walked upon as ceremonial pathways. Imagine entire communities moving in procession along these sacred lines, chanting and praying, performing rituals to ensure a good harvest and the life-giving flow of water. Archaeologists have found small altars and broken pottery at points along the lines, suggesting they were indeed sites of active worship. This theory grounds the Nazca Lines firmly in the beliefs and daily struggles of the people who made them. Another fascinating angle is the astronomical one. Could the lines be a giant observatory? Some lines do seem to align with the rising and setting of the sun and other celestial bodies at important times of the year, like the solstices. This would have made the lines a massive agricultural calendar, helping the Nazca determine the best times for planting and harvesting. While not all lines fit this pattern, it's very likely that astronomy played a significant role in their layout and purpose, intertwined with their religious beliefs. The sky wasn't for alien visitors, but for reading the cycles of nature. And what about the claim that they couldn't see their own work? That's not entirely true either. While the full picture is best from the air, many of the figures are located on slopes and hills, making them visible from surrounding high points. Also, the Nazca people were brilliant surveyors. Using simple tools like wooden stakes and long ropes, they could plot out these enormous and complex designs with remarkable geometric precision. The creation of the lines wasn't a mysterious, impossible feat. It was a testament to their ingenuity, planning, and the immense social organization required to mobilize a workforce for such a massive, generation-spanning project. So where does that leave us? On one hand, we have the tantalizing, blockbuster theory of ancient astronauts and interstellar runways. It's a story that sparks the imagination and asks, what if? On the other, we have a scientifically backed explanation rooted in ritual, religion, and the fundamental human need for survival. A story of a resourceful people creating a monumental landscape of faith to communicate not with aliens, but with their gods, asking for the water that would sustain them. Ultimately, the true beauty of the Nazca Lines might not lie in finding a single, definitive answer. It lies in the mystery itself. They are a powerful reminder of the ingenuity and deep spiritual life of ancient cultures. They show us that people, faced with a harsh environment, are capable of creating something of breathtaking scale and enduring beauty. Whether they were pathways for shamans, a calendar written on the earth, or simply a magnificent offering to the gods, the Nazca Lines are a testament to the human spirit. They force us to look up at the sky and down at the earth and wonder, what do you think? Are you on Team Alien or Team Ancient Art? Let me know your theories down in the comments below. The truth is still out there, etched into the desert floor in Peru, waiting for us to decipher its secrets. Thanks so much for joining me on this journey into the unknown. If you enjoyed this video and want to explore more of the world's greatest mysteries, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to ring the notification bell so you never miss an adventure. See you next time.